So, when I say mankind won't protect you, and the law enforcement, they tried their very best. The law enforcement tried their very, very best to protect the community, to serve the community, and try to make the community a safer place. Now, when I say earlier that mankind does not protect you, for decades, cops some have really done a good job to protect the public. A lot of them did not. Because if cops really were the best of the best, then we should have a low rating of murders, assaults, rapes, child molesters, etc. But money is the root in all evil, and this is the reason why many countries have not have a low crime rate. The only place I could think of that have a lowest crime rate is Japan. That is the lowest. And when a murder does occur, the cops will be on it, and they find a murderer. Some have unsolved cases they can't figure out why and how come, but a lot of them be on it. If every country be like Japan and be on the murder case or whatever it might be, a lot of crimes would be low. Unfortunately, people love money and people are very greedy. And once again, you're like, what does this have to do with what you're saying? This has to do because if people rely on people so much and not relying on a spiritual thing or God or whatever, this is what happens when you rely on people. And so many people relying on that gas. Instead of, if some of them who are Christian, they should rely on God and know God will take care of you. At the end of the day, what I'm basically saying here, a lot of people do not have any kind of spiritual guidance or protection or have faith. The ones who are Christians, they lost their faith. Now, I understand this world has gone haywire and there's so much issues and problems, and it's just a catastrophe all over across the board. But when you walk with Jesus and you walk with God, there is no fear. There is no panic. There is no worry. Because like I said before, Jesus is a shepherd. He will guide his sheep. He will guide us where to go. If anything happens, he will protect us. He will warn us. He will guide us. And if you're a spiritual person, let your spiritual guides guide you. Let your spiritual ancestors guide you. Let something guide you in the spirit of light. Because I'm telling you, all this panicking and stuff I'm seeing right now, it just let me know people don't believe in spiritual worlds. They don't believe in God. They don't believe anything. But the funny thing is, they believe the devil, but they don't believe in God. You believe the Illuminati and the higher, powerful, wealthy, rich people. You can't see them. You don't know what their face look like. But you don't believe in God, who is the ultimate universal creator? It's pretty interesting. But this is just my opinion, you know. But what I'm basically saying, that I realize a lot of people don't have a spiritual guidance or a spiritual sword, shield, and armor. Same thing with a lot of Christians. They gotta build their faith. And God did explain stuff like this may occur and will happen. Now, most people are like, you're not panicking? What about the COVID? Did you panic? I didn't panic about the COVID thing first, but I was very cautious and very self-aware. I'm not gonna lie. I was very cautious, self-aware, and a little worried because it was something new and we don't know what it, at the time, we don't know what it would do or does or whatever. So I was super cautious and self-aware, definitely. And a little worried because I had 3 little nephews, you know, throughout the pandemic history of United States. There were some diseases that killed children and took children's lives. So that got me worried the most, you know. But I'm just basically saying that a lot of people need to have a spiritual barrier. And I just see how people today don't have that. They relying on mankind. They're relying on the physical things on this earth. Well, they need to rely on the spiritual things. Now, most people say, Jasmine, that's easy said and done. It is. So it takes time. And that's what I like to say. See ya.